Hi. This video, I want to bring up something. A lot of times we put in prayer requests, petitions, and a lot of time we pray about it and we put them out there. But what we don't realize is that when we put our petitions out for the Lord, He, at any time, He can answer them whenever He's ready to, whenever He wants us to receive that prayer, petition, or that request. What happens a lot is that we'll put in a prayer request or a petition and, we forget about it. We just leave it in God's hands. And then when God answers that prayer, a lot of the times we're not ready. We're not ready to receive that answered prayer. We're just not. Let me give you an example. My husband, I was back in the valley in McAllen in Texas, and I had been through a bad car accident, and my husband had gone for training school in San Diego. And I wanted to stay home with my mother and recover from the accident while he was away in school in San Diego. But, well, I really missed him. I had two toddlers, and I was in really bad shape, and I was hurting a lot because of the accident. And I had prayed. I said, Lord, please, Father, I need to feel better. And I want, my husband to hurry up and be done with school. And I want him to call and say, hey, Grace, I'm going to send for you and the kids. Why don't you come on up, sooner than expected. So I did. I was a very, very newborn, born-again Christian. It had been a couple of months or so, and I had just been baptized. And I really wasn't aware that God could actually answer prayers. I didn't think about it. I just prayed to the Lord, and I said, Lord, please, that this separation will go fast, and that He will call me, and that soon He will send for us. And even though I wanted to spend time at home with the family, I still wanted to, go back while he was in school. So it happened. I got the call, and he says, Grace, I want you and the kids to come here. I'm going to send for you, and I'm going to send you the money, and I was not prepared for that answered prayer in any shape, way, or form. I don't think as a new born-again Christian, I knew that God answers prayers. I mean, He really does. And He did. But you know what? I wasn't ready to receive that answered prayer. I just wasn't. And I wasn't feeling good. And I just said, no, I don't feel good right now. I'll talk to you later. And I just hung up. And after I hung up, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I just hung up. God just answered my prayer. He just did. He answered my prayer, but I didn't know that prayers happened. I didn't know that they were answered. So I missed that answered prayer to my regret. I just didn't know how to accept it, how to receive it. I didn't know how to receive it. And, a couple of months went by while he was in school, and, we went back to our new station, but we could have been together a lot sooner, but I wasn't ready to receive that answered prayer. So I'm asking you, when you pray for something, expect it that God is going to answer that prayer. He may answer it right away. He may answer it weeks later, months later, sometimes even years. But what I am here to tell you is when you put a petition out, expect it. Expect to receive that answered prayer. Because it's going to happen when you least expect it. It just is. And don't let what happened to me, I asked for it. It happened within a couple of weeks, and I was so dumbfounded that I didn't know how to receive my answered prayer that I ruined it. I just did. I wasn't ready for it. So when you ask, be ready to receive. So sometimes when I remember, I'll say, Lord, when I ask for something specifically, I'll say, Lord, make me ready to receive it. I want to be expecting that prayer to be answered. So remember, when you put a petition out, expect the prayer to be answered and get ready to receive it, to receive that prayer that God answered before you were even finished with your prayer. And I'll talk to you later. Don't forget, expect to receive God's prayer. Talk to you later.